Good morning, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. So I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants here, and I do apologize. Please make sure that you all can hear me. I'm on my wireless mic, and I had to bring that up from the arcade downstairs. But it's a Sunday morning, and yes, I'm here a little bit early because I want to get started on this. I've had this stuff for a week, and I haven't been able to do anything with it, so I want to get started with it. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be building a racing simulator cockpit. It's going to go in my home office, which you see behind me. And the reason why it's going up here is because this is where my hardwired internet connection is. I'm too lazy. I do not want to run a wire down to the basement to put this racing cockpit down there. Plus, I'm going to be hooking up other things. I'm going to be hooking up my PS5 to it. I'm going to be hooking up PC to it. And both of those things need to be hardwired. And yes, I'm a network administrator by trade, but I am also very lazy, and I don't feel like my cable making days are over, folks, and I'm just not going to do that. So this space makes the most sense for me, and so that's what I'm going to use. And last week, I took down all of my 1/6 scale arcades to make room. I put them back in the arcade, and my arcade is a mess right now. I wish I could show you a live feed from there right now because it's a mess. I need to get rid of stuff. And Ollie's sale yesterday didn't help things at all. So let me adjust my camera a little bit. So yeah, Ollie's didn't help. I didn't make it to Ollie's. Tell you about that in a second. But I may go there when I take a break today just to see if they have my Ollie's has anything left. So we'll see what we're going to be building here, and I'll share it out here one more time. I also covered this in my preview stream the other day. That's not what we're doing right away. Hang on. Let me fix that. Flying by the seat of my pants. There we go. Here's what we're building right now in this stream is the racing cockpit. So so we're going to be doing what I envision. Okay, I could have guessed go for a multi-hour stream, like 6-8 hours to get this all put together. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to get this built right here, and then I'm going to take a break, stop the stream, go do some stuff, maybe go visit Ollie's just to see what they have left, and if any, and then come back later this afternoon, and then we'll get into the monitor hanging and the accessory hanging, like the steering wheel, the pedals, and the shifter. And if I'm in the mood, I may just jump right into adding the PC and getting the PC set up. So I'll do a quick rundown here just to see all the parts and pieces that are involved in this build. So what we're doing now today is this cockpit. I also have a keyboard and mouse tray that will attach to it. Don't know how this is going to work out for me, but we'll try it. Later on, we'll do the monitor install. I've got 3 of these Acer Nitro 32-inch monitors. They're slightly curved, so that should be pretty awesome. We'll find out. I've got the Amazon Basics DisplayPort cables that I need for it. This is the PC that I will use to drive everything. It was the PC that was on sale at Costco. I picked it up on the last day of the sale. It's back up to $31.99. I got it for $26.99. So that's the PC we're going to be using. And then, of course, my Thrustmaster T300 RS pedals and wheel. And then I've got the Thrustmaster TH8S shifter. So that's what we're going to be dealing with today. Just to take a look at the build area. As you can see, I have a helper today. That is Poe. So Poe will be my helper, checking things out. As long as he doesn't steal anything I need, we'll be all right. So this is the build area. This is generally where the cockpit's going to go. So not a lot of moving around, hopefully. Haven't quite figured out what I'm going to, or where I'm going to, how I'm going to situate it in the office. It depends on how big it comes out to be. But generally, this will be the spot. Everybody say hi to Poe. Poe, say hi. All right. Poe's leaving. I've already bored him. Quick hello in the chat to see who all's here. Sorsega is here. Always good to see you, buddy. Hockey Town Arcade is here. Good morning. Good morning. Here, I can do comments because I have my setup up here. Ted Adam Green is here. Always good to see you. Corner Kate is here. Hey, Danny. Let's see. Who else? That's it. So let's see. Hockeytown says MediQuest could possibly work up here too. It might, and that's my other idea. Okay, let me talk about that for a little second. Assuming I have room, I'm thinking I'm going to bring up my X Arcade setup up here into the home office. That'll free up room for 2 cabinets that got displaced by my bringing the quarter scale arcades back down. So I'm hoping I have enough room for the monitor stand, the monitor, and the X Arcade, and then I'll also bring the MetaQuest upstairs for that. So we'll see, but that's kind of my plan right now. Plans change as you figure out what fits and what doesn't. So that's just how this hobby goes. While we're working in the chat, or while we're working, you guys can let me know if you picked anything up from Ollie's, your local Ollie's. If you have Ollie's near you, I happen to have one near me. I'm going to go on the assumption that it was pretty much picked over yesterday. Unfortunately, I was not able to get to an Ollie's yesterday. This is my gal's birthday weekend, and we did a lot of celebrating. Let's see, Thursday night we went to the Five Finger Death Punch concert. That was awesome, guys. Great show. If you guys are into that, check them out. Saturday we went to the Wisconsin State Fair for the 2nd time and last time this year. And then yesterday, the gal and I decided to take a trip up to Baraboo and check out the Circus World Museum. And guys, if you've got a lot of nostalgia for 3-ring circuses, I highly recommend going up and visiting that museum. Now, granted, they only have, there's my dog Sophie paying a visit. They only have a 1-ring circus tent there, but it's great. They put on a show in there just to kind of give you that nostalgic feel for circuses back in the day. So we spent the day up there in Baraboo and just had a great time. I took lots of pictures. I'm not going to bore you with all those pictures that I took. If you're friends with me on my personal account on Facebook, they're posted there. But yeah, lots of photos. I think I took like 300 photos. I did wear my battery down. That's the first time I've ever worn completely down my battery in my phone. And I've never done it when I've been at the Speedway all day. I've never worn down the battery in my phone, but I certainly did yesterday. So let's get started. And my companion here, Sophie, is going to join us. Sir Sega says no Ollie's in your area. I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe it's good anyway. The only thing I'll tell you what I'm interested in finding. If I could find NFL Blitz again, I'd be very happy. If the store by me had an NFL Blitz, I would pick it up because I regretted selling that cabinet ever since. That was one of the cabs I had to let go because of things that were happening in my life at the time, and I just did not want to do it. I would love to get NFL Blitz back. So maybe even MVC2, but we'll see. The priority is NFL Blitz. Well, it's because, Ted, the real reason is it's because of the fact that I work out so much that I'm so tired. That's what makes me lazy for the rest of the stuff. So, guys, my yard, tell you the truth, my yard has been seriously neglected for about a week. And I'm seriously thinking that the neighbors are going to start banging down my door and say, when are you going to cut your grass? I got bushes in the back that really need tending to. So, I'm so chomping at the bit to get this built, though. I think I'm just going to spend a day here and do some building. So let's get started. And I'll try and keep, I'm going to turn off this face light here. I'll try and watch the chat closely. Yeah. And Ted, what you say here, yeah, I agree. But what and to a certain point, I'm trying to back off on what I do. I'm trying to focus more on strength work and back off on the cardio that I do. But the problem is I love cardio. So, but anyway, we need to do a couple of preliminary things here, and my microphone here hopefully is working. Guys, the documentation for this, I'm going to hold it up. So this, again, this is the Dare Do Racing Simulator, the GS55. That's the model number. But here's the documentation. This is a list of parts. Okay, and I realize that's not really in focus. And my camera is not auto-focusing, so I don't have a fancy camera. But it's going to be hard to read. I'm not going to lie. And I don't have my headlamp up here. So, you know, there's the first page. But it's a little hard to read, but we'll see if we can't get by. Let's switch camera views here. I'm going to go cell phone only if I have one. It doesn't look like I have one. Holy crap, I didn't create a cell phone only view. All right, let's do that real quick. Stream config on the fly. Oops. I'm sorry, guys. Let me add media source, NDI source, existing cell phone. Okay, there we go. See how quickly things can happen in OBS? Yeah. All right. I need to get the desk chair out of the way so I have room to work. Little camera adjustment. All right, Sophie, you're going to have to move. I'm going to show you guys this because this is what I'll be dealing with. I have to keep the door open, but there's my dog, Sophie. Say hi, Soph. And off in the distance is Poe. And somewhere is Hetfield. So you might get to meet her too. She's kind of a lazy cat. So, all right, let's get back to the build area here. Sophie, I need you to move. Come on. Come on, move. Thank you. All right, let's get this chair out. Thank you, Poe. All right. And I do have a fan going here too. I'm going to turn this fan up a little bit. If you hear the fan audibly on the mic, let me know. All right. Let's get to it. I'm going to move parts and pieces around here. Because the parts I'm starting with if you want me to adjust the camera angle, guys, let me know. All right. Matter of fact, I might adjust it a little bit. I might just put it in the corner here. Yeah. That'll work better. Anyway. All right, step one. They put these nice little rubber covers on the edges. These nice little rubber covers. I find that interesting. Okay, we're going to need this piece. And I just got to make sure I'm getting my orientation correct, because on this piece right here, there's screw holes. And this is actually where the feet are going to go in, because this is the base, part of the base. All right. So we're going to take, there's also rubber covers on here. I should really work from this side so I'm not blocking the camera. All my parts are over here anyway. I made a comment about this. Actually, no, I didn't. I made a post about the parts and how they were all just piled in one bag. And the ADD in me came out, because I had to have everything separated out by part so I could easily identify them for this stream. Okay. All right. So we need to put these three pieces together here. So in order to do that, we need to use the M8 by 20 bolt shim and nut. We need 4 of them on both sides. All right. So the 20s. Okay. That would be these screws. So we need 4 of these on each side. 4 bolts. And 4 shims. So we'll just pick that out. Yeah, guys, we had a blast this weekend, but we're tired. I mean, we've been on the go. I think my gal's my gal's off today, so she's not working today. She's out there watching her cop shows and just vegetating on the couch. And we're just spending the day at home. Okay. So just looking at the illustration, you just got to pair these up. I'm just going to put the washers on, slide the bolt in. But that's Circus World yesterday, guys. Oh my God. If you have kids, and you want to teach them, I realize kids nowadays don't know what a circus is, but that's a fun place to take kids to. They got a kids show there, and they got the regular show for everybody. I just thought of something. Oh no, it does. They give me a wrench. Okay, didn't know that's what I was gonna need. All right, so we'll just get them together, and then we'll tighten them up. So I talk about being lazy. I've had some cabs on my mind that I'd love to sell. I don't need to sell, but I do need to pay for all this that I just bought. I don't like going into debt, so I want to get it paid off as soon as possible, and will once I sell a couple of cabinets. So, but again, going back to the whole lazy bit, I'm having trouble finding time to get that stuff posted. I have a buyer for the Fast and Furious. We just can never connect to find time. He was supposed to pick it up on Wednesday, and I did not hear a word from him. And when I took everything apart last week, to move the other stuff down there, I kind of positioned it so it was easy for pickup. Danny, there's circuses as we used to know them as kids don't exist anymore. We have certain people to thank for that, but so there's pretty much a dying breed, dying art. There are some out there, but they just do different things now. There's not a lot of animals in the show anymore. Definitely no elephants. All right. Fairly simple process with the wrench that they provide. So yes, they provide you with everything you need to put this thing together. I've seen posts online about this particular cockpit. Actually, it was comment on the Facebook or on the Amazon listing for it. I've seen comments online that say from 1 to 2 hours, people were up and running with this and racing. And I'm like, okay, that probably assumes that they had a PC all ready to go. And it's probably only a one monitor setup. So I'm a bit skeptical at the 1 to 2 hours for a complete build. And like I said, we're going to put the frame together and put in the cockpit seat. But then we'll stop there because I'm going to need to take a break. And then I'm going to go to Ollie's, see if they have an NFL Blitz. And if they do, great. And you guys will get to find out if I got it or not. I don't know what time I'll come back later today. All right, I'm just going to tip this up so I can get the bottoms. We are using my cell phone as a camera today. Ah, don't strip the bolts. You can go either way. Just use the wrench that they provide, or the Allen wrench, whatever this is. It's actually easier for me if I just do the bolt or twist the bolt. Ah, don't strip the bolt though. I might have to take this thing apart someday. Okay, so step one is complete. I'm going to take these other rubber covers off. This thing's got some weight to it, and I would expect it would if you're expecting to do some sim racing cockpit. You know, I don't know the weight of the assembled unit off the top of my head, but guys, I ran a half marathon this morning, so I'm a little bit shaky right now. Haven't eaten anything yet. Tells you how bad I wanted to get started on this. All right, so step one's done. Step two is to put the feet on. Well, that makes sense. You're going to build from the ground up, right? So we'll flip this over. We've got our rubber feet here. There's 8 of them. I mentioned it in my preview video, but I didn't want to break the bank. I knew I was going to spend some coin on the PC. That was going to be the most significant part of this build, but I didn't need, a serious wheel. I know there's a lot better wheels for sim racing. The Fanatec brand comes to mind. But I just wanted to start out. Now, that isn't to say I can't make a step up. If I feel like I need to trade up for something new and something more racing focused, I will do that. But I think the Thrustmaster T300 will do me pretty well. I had some fun with it, just attaching that to my desk. But, that only works to a point, because the problem is there's some marks on this thing. That's interesting. I don't know where those marks came from. divots, I will call them steel divots. But where was I? But yeah, I did not on the components. I didn't want to go all out. If I were going to go out on something, I wanted to make it the PC because that's where I was going to need the power. All right, so step 2 is complete, putting the feet on. That was a pretty easy step. They call them anti-skid foot bolts. I call them feet. Okay, assemble the connecting bracket. This is step 3 now, guys. Assemble the connecting bracket with 4 pieces of the U-shaped bolt. Okay, I'm having trouble conceptualizing this. That would be this piece. Okay. And we need the U-shaped bolts. There's 4 of them. Two on either side. And we'll need four bolts. Okay. So how does this piece go in? So it attaches to the frame. If I'm reading that right. You got to look at these diagrams, just to make sure you've got the orientation correct. So if I'm looking at this correctly, it fits in the area or the space. Question is, you got to get it in there. Oh, this is going to be tough. There we go. All right, and then the U-shaped bolts go on the outside. They don't have us use washers on this step. Oh, come on. I'm just going to assume it has to be kind of centered between this post and the where's my wrench? Just want to get these tight enough that it holds the bolt in place temporarily, and then I'll tighten them up further later. So put the They're about the same on either side. That's good. Kind of, if you're especially doing this on a carpeted surface, you got to kind of work your way around, lift it up in parts and in places. So maybe having two people, you know, if I need to call upon my sweetheart, I will. Thankfully, she's here today. Okay, this bolt's giving me a fit. Okay, this is a bit awkward. Whew. It's not easy on the back, that's for sure. Okay, I have to get my back a rest here. Either the chat's gone completely silent. Let's make sure it's not scrolling anymore. Is that a cool view? Maybe, maybe not. Kind of like my background there, though. Yeah. Restream changed up a lot of things since the last time I live streamed, and I'm not sure if I like it. It takes some getting used to, that's for sure. So again, to access the bolts easy, I'm just going to flip this on its side. And we'll go ahead and tighten. Might go quicker if I went out and got my ratchet set. I'm just trying to do it with the tools provided. Don't strip the bolt. And also, the main goal is to not hurt anything. In other words, take care of myself during this, because God forbid I do something that affects my working out. I'll really be in a grumpy. You guys think I'm in a grumpy mood most days anyway. I'll be really grumpy if I'm not able to work out. My poor gal's had to put up with me lately. Work and lamenting this and lamenting that. To her, I said, I got to do something fun for me, you know. Okay. I should have started a timer to see how long it actually took to put this thing together. We chatted for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Okay. All right. Step 3 complete. All right. Okay. Now we need to assemble the upper fixing bracket. Do not lock the bolts. Oh, shit. Step 3, it told me not to lock the bolts in yet. All right, we'll just leave it. Step 4, assemble upper fixing bracket. Do not lock the bolts for now. Adjust each component to the appropriate position and lock all the bolts. No. I can see why it asks us to do that. All right, so we need 4 pieces on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to use washers. And bolts. All right. So we need the top piece. That would be this. That would be this piece right here. Suppose I could use those as furniture leg protectors or something. All right, it goes on this way. Bolts and washers in from the top. I could see why they wanted us to keep the sides loose on this crossbar. But I think we're going to be okay. So, because this might have been out of alignment, and that would have made it easier. Not much easier though. It's fine. We're fine. And I'm going to kind of just muddle along through this. I don't want to stop. Just want to get the cockpit, and the monitor stand is going to be interesting because looking at the box, that's a total disassembled thing. It's gonna be a chore to put together. Okay. All right. Let's tighten these up. Okay, one down. Okay. Not gonna lie, I'm getting tired. God damn it. Excuse me. Sorry about that, folks. Stripping out the bolts. Okay, this one's giving me fits. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. All right, it's done. It's good enough. Guys, I seem to have lost the chat. So if you're chatting, I'm not seeing it. Someone say something in the chat. Just let me know that you're there. I just want to make sure that the chat's actually working. Okay, almost done with this step. And they're supposed to include screws. For your Thrustmaster pedals and steering wheel. But we'll see. Part of me, the reason why I want to take a break after getting the frame built is because if I am short bolts, then I got to go to the hardware store and see if I can't get some additional M8 bolts. All right, Hockey Town is here. Ted's here. Thanks, guys. I all went quiet, so I just want to make sure that chat didn't fail on me. Chat mechanism, I should say. All right, so that step's complete. So the top piece is on. Moving on to step 5. Assemble pedal connecting bracket. Adjust to the appropriate angle position. Well, how am I going to know what that is until I've sat in the thing? That's kind of dumb. So we need 2 on either side, 2 M8x20 shim and nuts. All right. So we need 2 on either side. Kind of angling this so you guys get a better. All right. So here's our pedal assembly. I guess I just have to wing it. There's 3 positions, 3 set positions on this thing. So I got 1, 2, 3. I'm going to take a shot and guess that I would prefer it to be more at an angle than just flat. It probably would make more sense to put the controller on here first, but I don't want to do that. Let's bolts and washers from the outside. All right. All right, so there are 2 holes here. Kind of awkward to work in this space. Oh. This is where 2 people might come in handy. I'm kind of fumbling here. All right, let me. This will probably be easier to do it this way. So you want to get the 1 screw in, which is the one that you can't adjust. And the problem is I can't see the hole. This is where damn it. I'm gonna take a break. and go get my headlamp because I can't see a damn thing. What a mess this stuff is. If you guys could see this, it's bad down here right now. Hey, Poe. All right. That back wall there, I already have an idea what I'm going to do with it. I have some of my 20 by 30 posters that I'm going to put up. It's kind of a tradition. I don't think I've ever mentioned this on stream, but it's kind of a tradition that whatever photos I shoot, if I have, I take the two best ones. Why does it not want to go through that hole? Am I not using the right screw? Ow. M8 by 20s, that's what I'm using. Oh. Clever. It's a screw bolt. I mean, there's a bolt welded inside of this thing. That's why it wasn't going through. So why am I using bolts? I don't need to. I just need the one bolt on either side. If you pay attention to the stupid diagram, it will tell you that. All right. So if I want to set a higher angle, I'll start in the middle for now. Because the Thrustmaster is going to be we get to the pedal installation step. Oh, somebody made an interesting comment. Yes, BMCA, by the way, welcome to the stream. Thank you. I'll put this up. You don't know how many comments I was making in my head as I was walking downstairs to get my lamp about my knees. And granted, I have carpet here, so it helps. But I'm still feeling it in the knees a little bit. Sir Sega says, I have my sim in my back room. I have a race corner with pictures, toy car wallcast, and other. Yeah, see, so that's what I want to do with that back wall there that you see this thing backed up against. I have 20 by 30 posters, and as I said, for each racing weekend that I attend, I pick two of my best photos, and I make 20 by 30 posters out of them. And lately, I've just been taking those to work and just hanging them on my cubicle. But I think I'm going to buy some nice poster frames, and just cover this entire wall. Okay, I think I'm going to leave that loose for now because until I know if I need to adjust it. All right, we'll consider step 5 done for now. Assemble steering wheel connecting bracket. Adjust the appropriate position. Again, I don't know what the appropriate position is. You people assume that I know what it is, and I don't. Not going to know until, that would be this piece right here. All right, so same thing, we need and oh, this has the bolts, so I only need the M8s and the shims. Or washers, whatever you want to call them. 2 on either side. All right. Same similar thing, okay? You got 3 holes that allow you to adjust the mounting bracket to your particular wheel. And since the bolt is already welded in there in place, good for us. And again, I'll start in the middle, I guess. See, there's scratches on this thing. I mean, nothing that some black paint won't take care of, but I'm not sure if that happened in shipping or... I did post a picture of how this thing was shipped, you know, what it looked like in the box. So I'll start in the middle. And again, I'll leave these loose. Again, I'm not going to know until I actually sit down in the thing what the proper angle will be. And then I'll just tighten them up then, I guess. Oh, sorry to hear that, Ted. Can you hear me now? Testing. I see green whenever I talk, so it looks like audio is going out. I'm going to stop sharing here. Maybe I don't need that page anymore. All right, so that was a simple step, just adding that bracket. That was step 6. All right. Step 7 is assemble the steering wheel fixing bracket. Adjust to the appropriate angle. So there's 2 ways that the steering wheel can be adjusted, apparently. So we need, again, 2 bolts and 2 shims. On either side. All right, where's that piece? That's this piece right here. Okay, there's no welded bolts on here. So I'm going to, that's interesting. Oh, there's bolts welded into the bottom piece, which is where it goes. I get it. So there's 3 adjustable mounts here. And again, I'm going to just leave it loose till I get the steering wheel where I want it to be. And I will put it in the middle. So this connects to the welded bolts that are on the mounting plate that we put in the previous step. Turn this off for now. Well, no, maybe not. So we're starting in the middle hole. And I apologize if the mic gets butted up against my mouth. Kind of makes things stupid. Oh, you want to come in and say hi to the chat? Should teach you to run the chat. That's an interesting question, Hockey Town. I bet it would. I bet it would work. You know, it's probably customized to their particular OS, but I wouldn't be adverse to buying their mini PC. I mean, that would be a third option I could connect to this thing. Which, if those of you in the know, if you know of a good source switching tool that will switch USB and video, if there's a good option hardware option out there for switching video and video, audio, and USB. Oh, by the way, that's another thing I got to do when I take a break. I'm going to be looking for a sound system because that's one thing I forgot. I forgot to source a sound system for all this, and you know, I got one in mind. So yeah, forgot to get sound. All right, so we did step 7, which is the fixing bracket. All right, now we're going to do the game stand, or the stand for the shifter. Again, I don't know. All it gives you, all right, I can adjust it to the appropriate position, and I can either put it on left or right. Well, I'm a righty, so it's going to go on the right. So in the illustration, it says to butt it up against the joint. And then we're going to use 2 more of these U-clips, the last 2 that I have. Kind of wonder if I'd like it back here. Again, I don't know where the seat's going to go. If we have to adjust, we'll make adjustments. Again, this is the shifter stand. Oh, we put it on wrong. Whoops. The U-clips go the other way. I need 4 M8 bolts. Pet hair everywhere. Could vacuum all day long and still wind up with pet hair in the weirdest places. Oh God, we take our Sophie, our golden retriever, in once a month just to brush her out. All the hair she has, but we love her. She's getting up there in age. She can't help some of the things that she does now because of her age. Okay, I'm going to tighten these a little bit. Just to get a feel for where the shifter is going to be. And then if I have to move it, I will. The only other option would be on the other side of the... Okay, that's sturdy enough. All right, so we've got the bottom in, and we need three bolts and 3 shims for this plate, which is going to be where the shifter attaches. Only goes one way, and they have bolts in there already. So all we need are the shims and the bolts. Nuts. I've been calling them bolts. They're nuts. The nuts are already in there. Okay, it wants us to back it up against this thing. So. I mean, height's not adjustable on this thing. So the only adjustment I can make is if I need to move it further back. And we'll find that out. This thing does need some touch-up paint work on it. Just be mindful of that if you're thinking about ordering this thing. I've convinced you guys that it comes dinged up. There's scratches. And you could tell all your friends, you know, well, I've just been in a few accidents on track. And they'll look at you funny. Okay, I think I could tighten this one up because there's no adjustability to it. I gotta stand up. Oh. All right, so that's in there. So we'll get a feel for. I haven't opened up the shifter yet. I have no idea. Supposedly just clamps on there, but all right. So step 8 is complete. We've done the shifter stand. Step 9, assemble the seat adjustment stand. Adjust to the appropriate position. I love how it says adjust to the appropriate position. I have no idea what that is. So I need 4 of the square nuts. Well, that's what these longer nuts, longer bolts are for. 4 of these. And shims. We need shims. All right, this is the seat adjustment, the adjustable seat. So I have no idea. How this is going to look. So we're going to get these bolts in, but we're not going to tighten them because the seat's obviously going to dictate where these things get locked down. It's interesting. I can't adjust the seat back, it doesn't look like. How would I do that? Why is it called it adjustable? I don't know. We'll get the bolts in. There it is. Not gonna lie, that's a pain in the ass. So these spacers just kind of sit loosely on here. At first, and then you get the seat. Well, you know what? The seat's not in this documentation. That's interesting. I wonder if there's a separate seat documentation. And there's all different accessories you can get with this thing. All right. It's time to bring in the seat. Holy shit. When did that happen? Got a paint chip in my hand, guys. That's a strike. That's 3 strikes as far as I'm concerned. I got a paint chip from the assembly that just dug into my hand. It's not bad. It's not egregious. It's not. I mean, it's a scratch, but it's bleeding. Oh, Bigby has this frame. Okay. Sir Sega says U-bolts are going to be the weak link in the rig. I would slide the pedals all the way forward so they butt up against those cross members. You're right. I probably should. Good advice. Thank you, Sir Sega. Now I know why they said keep it loose. That's a better reason. Caster wheels are interesting. I don't think I need them right now because I'm not going to be moving this around a lot. So let's grab the seat. It's in a nice big box. I have everything next door in my workout, my cycling room, which is also a spare bedroom. Oh, shit. Oh, I just unboxed everything. Everything just fell out. You guys can't see it, but that's what happened. The seat looks really good. I'll admit. It's very heavy. It's a small box. Parts and pieces. Oh, must be an adjustment lever. Yeah. We're definitely going to need instructions, which appear to be in here. A small little parts bag with a wrench. And the bundled price of this whole thing was just $3.99, guys. With the seat, with the tri-monitor stamp, and with the frame itself. Okay, seat installation instructions. There's like 2 assembly instructions here. One is to put the seat back onto the base. All right. So we got to put the chair together first and then mount it. There's some weight to this thing. I gotta tell you. I got the black one. I think there's an option where you can get red. I'm not 100% on that, guys, but I think you can also get this in red. So we're an hour and 28 minutes already, and I'm just going to say like 20 minutes of that was chat. So we're just over an hour in the actual build here. All right, chair assembly. Do not tighten any bolts before all of them are screwed in. After all bolts are screwed in, tighten them one by one. All right. I gotta tell you, these instructions are kind of not very illustrated. I'll show you the instructions. This is just for the chair assembly. That's the instructions for putting the chair together. Not very straightforward. And then these are the instructions for actually attaching it to the cockpit. But we're going to focus on actually getting the chair together, I guess. Okay, it only goes one way, right? There's a nice little post here. Oh, that's just a rubber cover. So you take that cover off and you slide the chair on there. Then you got this side here. Rubber cover. I'm trying to conceptualize this in my head. Oh, I think it wants me to remove these screws. They came with screws in them. Oh. They need more clearer instructions on this chair. All right, install the angle adjuster on the backrest first and screw in this bolt first. So that's the top one. Oh, come on. You know what? This would be easier just to take the thing off. Slide it off of the bottom piece. Sorry, I'm going to tilt this on its side. It's easier that way. It's probably the wrong way to do it, definitely. Uh-oh. Okay, now the interesting thing here is this hole here is not lining up. I hope that's right. Oh, forget my non-chattiness. Screw this in. How did it? I put that piece on prematurely. This plastic goes on awkwardly, I gotta say. This plastic piece. But we're forcing it. All right. Now this piece goes on, and this part goes in the center there. Again, awkward. So you need a Phillips screwdriver for, to attach these plastic, because they're Phillips screws. All right. And then you got two black caps to just put in there to cover the screw holes. All right, so that's the seat assembly. Big B says he went the VR route. Yeah, you're probably right. I like the cockpit feel. So Cody, this is my first cockpit build. Yes. Bigby says that the bolts will loosen over time. Good to know. Thank you, sir. Actually, come to think of it, it seems okay for now. I don't think I really tightened them to begin with, but it's on there for now, but we'll see. All right, so that was seat assembly, I suppose. See, now I put those stupid screw caps on there. Oh. Don't mind me, guys. I'm just checking the basement, getting a tool. That's going to bug me that I didn't tighten those, so I'm going to go back and do it.
Was the rape of a young woman, very high profile.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm not going to be doing that. All right. Invert the chair and hold down the slide rail handle with your fingers. Move the slide rail. There it is. wants me to take it out, but ouch. How do I take it out? Remove the slide rail. Oh, just pull it out. Place seat onto the seat bracket. So align the mounting holes. All right. Hey, Jason, good to see you. I'm just trying to review here the documentation. There wasn't any other parts other than that small parts bag. And it's asking, I guess I'm going to use the tools from the kit. Align them, okay, draw the same distance on both sides, place the seat on the seat bracket. Align the mounting holes of the slide rail with the mounting holes of the bracket. Insert the bolt from top to bottom and install the knot from bottom to top. Tighten the nuts on both sides. Press and hold the handle to slide the seat forward. Slide these forward, expose the installation hole on the back. Okay. Here's where the fun begins, like Anakin said. Oh, Jesus. This is going to take a while. These square nuts, they're not the easiest thing to screw these things through. as hell. Yep, the seat is definitely the hardest part of this whole thing. So at least get them in enough that they won't tip over, and you're allowed to adjust them. Well, I say that as I apparently made it too tight, and now I can't move them. There, that's better. All right. Once you get the bolts into the nut, it becomes easier to move, but still awkward. And this is an awkward space to be working in general. All right, so I'm going to get these lined up. Let's try this again. Already the dog hair is piling on this chair. I knew that was going to be a problem. Holy shit, did I get that almost dead on right? Damn close. Son of a gun. It's going to be the hard part because I got to hold the chair in place while I try to get the nut on. Come on, baby, get in there. All right, I just need to get it on. I may need some more bolts. So I may need to go to the, I think I'm going to run out. Yeah, I don't have enough bolts. Although I got all this extra hardware, I don't know where that goes. Unless these are what are intended for the Thrustmaster, but Yeah, I'm going to have spare parts. All right, so the front two bolts are in. They're not tight. And you got to kind of line them up there to get that other bolt in. Not going to lie, this is challenging. Good thing I got small fingers. Get in the hole. Oh. It's kind of awkward right here because you got to. It's not quite lining up. I wonder if I just did it that way. I'll do it that way. I realize you guys can't see this part. But you got to get the back bolts in to the mounting rails. Okay. Those bolts are in, and all the dog hair is just getting on this thing. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm going to take a minute here. Just look at the bottom of my Thrustmaster just to see what screw holes are on that thing. See if these screws that they included that I have a ton of fit in there. Oh yes, so apparently those are the screws I used to screw in the Thrustmaster. All right then, problem solved. I do not need additional hardware. RIP on site. Sorry, buddy. My PC, I have not unboxed yet. It should come with Windows Home 11. And all I'm going to be doing right now is iRacing and PS5 eventually. Israel Gaming's here. Good to see you. All right, I need to start tightening things up here. It's going to be a little bit more awkward now. just a teensy bit more awkward because I've got the seat in place now. I can't wait to sit in this thing just to see. Oh, this is going to be so awkward. Son of a gun. I guess we'll start from the back. Right now I'm securing the mounting posts to the frame. Or I'm just tightening the ones with the square bolts or nuts. This thing you don't want this thing to slide around. Just want to make sure tight. All right, now the front two bolts. Let's see if I can get them laying down on the floor in the dog hair. Oh, my back. Oh. Yeah. Not easy on the back either, guys. I'm probably going to feel this tomorrow morning. And tomorrow's leg day at the gym, so. And we haven't put together a monitor stand yet. Oh my God. I didn't realize. I mean, I knew kind of how much work would go into this. Oh boy. Oh God, not easy on the back. All right, that's tight enough. Okay, now we got to do the seat base or the rails. Come on. All right. Wrong side. That bolt's done. It's kind of a little uneven, but okay. All right. The two back rail bolts are in. Oh, yes, please. Stephen Hills, welcome to the channel, by the way. Okay. Well, that's my first block. Jason, if you don't mind, and you don't have to do this, but I'm going to make you a moderator. If I remember how to do that. I've never made anybody one. Let's see. I guess I got to bring up YouTube then. Leave it to someone to spoil the stream. That's all right. Oh, let's see. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. I don't, God knows I don't want to put more work on you, but just those occasional things that come in the channel that don't need to be there. If somebody could just take care of that. And you're a trusted member of the community. So, all right. So where were we? We were, well, let me just see that. So the seat adjustment does work. All right. That's good. I got two bolts here. Oh, I got to move the chair back. All right. So we got to tighten these two seat bolts. This is where it's going to get really awkward. What am I missing? Oh, damn it. Don't strip the bolt. Wrong direction, that's the problem. There we go. That's better. Now I got to get some leverage on this bolt. Come on, get it. I will not be defeated. My elbows are getting raw too, just by leaning on the carpet all the time. Okay, we're going the other way. Actually, this one might be a little easier. Just sit up a little bit. Except I can't see what I'm doing, so there we go. All right. Seat is affixed. Don't start shit in my channel, okay? Just don't. I'm just telling you right now. I'm not gonna handle the drama in my channel. All right, let's see here. First time sitting. Like the seat adjustment. Yeah, the shifter's gonna have to come back. Steering wheel will be about right here. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to adjust the. Well, let's try something. God, this thing's already accumulating dust. Yeah, I got the screw holes here. So let's see just how this thing's gonna be. At the mid position. Oh, that's actually not too bad. Granted, I don't have it bolted down, but just yeah, I think that's a good position for the pedals. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. I might still wind up adjusting it. Well, if it comes up a little bit, that means it's going to be even tighter. So I think that's going to be good. Let's just look at the pedals. There's 3 connecting screw holes. Jason, to answer your question, I'm using 3 32-inch. Here, I'll grab one. Oh, I forgot I stuck them back here. So these came from Costco. I'll stick it by here. Well, you can't really see it, but It's a Acer Nitro gaming monitor, 32 inches. It's slightly curved. So they're 32-inch QHD. So there's 3 of them. And it's supposedly totally adjustable. Yeah, I am Polar. By the way, welcome to the channel. Yes, this will be a this will be an iRacing, primarily PC. I'm not going to put up with name calling either, folks. Okay. Even if you think that that's true, or even if it is true, I just keep it clean on my channel. Okay. That's all I ask. All right. So I don't know if this is going to be the fine. I mean, if I were to move it, it's going to come back here and it would be all the way back here. I'm going to start right here, I think. The other test. I'm going to take this off. All right. So there are 2. It seems like you would need more screws to hold this thing down than 2 screws. Holy crap on a cracker. That steering wheel is up kind of high. I think I'm going to lower this a little bit. What I do with my screws? Yeah, I am Polar. Thank you for that. Yeah, because my knees are like very close. I don't need the wrench. That's why I kept these screws loose, folks, to get this kind of where it needs to be. So we'll lower it. The steering wheel was just kind of high for my taste. Very adjustable this thing is, apparently. All right, let's try that. I'm getting my cords all tangled up here. Now see, that might be a little too much. Now I got one more adjustment I can make, but this is like way too low. So we've got this other screw that we can adjust up. So let's, or this plate right here, we can push back a little bit. I wanted to, in this stream, I wanted to get the, this and the monitor stand built. And then I was going to take a break, but this is taking longer than I had anticipated. All right, we're going to lower this plate into the first hole. You know what that means? That means I'm going to take this plate off in order to mount it to the thrustmaster, I think. Because how else am I going to get the screw in? Unless it screws in from, unless it's, depends on where the screw holes are. If it's these outer holes that are not blocked, they should be fine. We'll figure it out. And one of the reasons I got a racing rig to begin with is because I'm tired of my pedals moving around. Okay. On this carpet, you guys can see the carpet. I mean, thrustmaster pedals aren't made for cloth surfaces, even though they have like rubber feet on them and everything. All right, let's see. That's better. Much better. Although the plug doesn't clear, that could be a problem. The plug doesn't clear. The top plate. Oh, that's interesting. This is rated for a thrustmaster, so I mean it gets there, but the plug is kind of in an awkward position. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take this plate off to even put it on there anyway. Well, let's do that right now. I mean, hell, I'm sitting here. Of course, now that my screws are out of reach. All right. Grab. I don't know if I need washers for these or not, but we'll. Sorry, the chat's behind me, so. Just looking at where my screw hole is. Oh, okay. So the plate, it sits a little bit off from the plate, the back of the plate. So I'm going to put a little washer on here anyway. Damn it. Gotta be careful not to hit my knee. So the plate, since it stands off a little bit from the plate, as opposed to what I was doing, I was putting it up against it. I think we'll have clearance, good clearance for the cable. All right, keep that one loose. Yeah, again, I just think 2 screws is, maybe that's all I need. I don't know. Just seems. So there's plenty of holes on this plate, so that I have a feeling that's why it accommodates so many wheels. Honestly, I did not have wheel mounting as a part of this, but this install, but might as well do it since we're here, right? All right, bracket mounted. This might be a little tricky. Put in the single screw, a single hole screw first. Yeah, the cables have plenty of clearance now. After this, I might take a little break and just review the chat and see if I'm missing anything. That'd be perfect right there. Right there. I gotta say, this, you know, it looks tedious, but it's actually fairly straightforward. Oh. We might go ahead and do the pedals just to get that stuff on there. Okay. That's awesome right there. I mean, that's perfect for me, I think. I don't want to be too far back. That's too far back. Perfect. Okay. The only thing I'm not sure about is this. Granted, I got shifters in the wheel here. Shift up, shift down. Guys, that's going to be too far back, I think. I'm going to have to move this. Better to do it now, I think. But just, oh, shit. That cable is kind of crimped there. The power cable. I hope it'll be okay. I guess we'll find out. Well, let me see if I still got power. It should go through a power cycle. Oh, maybe it won't. It's just really tight right here where the power cable goes in. I don't like that. I don't have room to take it to the PC. That's just perfect, though. I'm going to leave it and see. If we have problems, we'll adjust it. All right. Let's take a look at the chat. Yeah, I agree. Probably will be. I've smacked my knee a number of times already. I kind of agree on this right now because right now that wheel's sitting at a perfect height, but you know, where the cable's attached to the Thrustmaster right here, the power cable is the big issue. So we'll see if that works or not. Yeah, I debated between one monitor and three, and I kind of wanted the 3-monitor setup. So we'll see. Saying Spirits is here. Good to see you, buddy. It might be a Mini Cooper by the time I'm done with it. I mean, shit. Been at it for a while now. Okay, so the big problem is my shifter. It's a reach. So I purposefully left that loose so that I could adjust it. Actually, I'm going to have to dismount it and move it. So let's do that. kind of worried about all these bolts, scratching at the carpet. So I may get a mat for this, an exercise mat or something to set this on top of before I get too far into it. So that might be if, when I take a break and I go do my thing, I may look for a black exercise mat or a black treadmill mat, because I'm a little bit concerned about how much is making contact with the carpet here, bolt wise. So I need to take a measurement too before I do that. So a couple things I need. I think this is going to be better. I need the mat. I need a sound system, which I forgot. And I was going to stop at Ollie's too, just to see if the nearest Ollie's to me had anything. And I got a bunch of black zip ties. So we're tightening this up. I really don't like where those bolts are as opposed to where the carpet is. Oh, see, I just ripped up a piece of carpet. Damn. Just ripped up a piece of carpet thread. So definitely getting a mat. Didn't think about that. Something to make a note of if you're thinking about doing one of these down the road. If you're going to be putting these in a carpeted room, definitely put a mat under it. I ripped up two pieces of carpet. Oh my God. Granted, not the end of the world. It's still, can't really tell, but. I haven't unboxed the Thrustmaster yet. I don't know how that's going to attach. All right. Yeah, so Sega, where did you buy that shop mat? Was it a hardware store or? Let me know. That's better. Okay, that's much better. I can reach the shifter much better. I'm glad I did that because that would have bothered the hell out of me having to reach for the damn shifter all the time. Let's see. So here is my shifter. Right here. Of course, it's sealed. All right. Wouldn't expect it to be, not to be. All right. Open this thing up. What do we have here? We have a couple of set of cables. We have two cables. We have a USB-C to USB-A and a pin cable end to end. So let's first of all see what's what. How do you get it out of the damn box? I'm sure that wasn't the way I was supposed to do it. Oh, there's a twist tie on there. That's why. And here I am yanking. All right, this comes with a clamp assembly, so not the end of the world. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, reverse. So, oh, I think it's an option how you can connect this thing. There's because there's a slider door on the back end of this thing to slide from USB-C to pin. So let's refer to the documentation, of which there is none. Oh, here it is. So it's an either or situation with the cable, apparently. Guys, I think I'm going to probably take, oh, this ain't documentation. Warranty information. It's USB or DIN config. Just says USB or DIN connectivity. All right, well, we will go with the USB because I don't know what the DIN is for. So we'll connect. The USB-C end of the cable, and then USB-A obviously goes into the PC. So this is as I said, it's a mount. You mount it by the. You don't mount it via a screw. Now maybe there's a better shifter out there I should consider. Who knows? Now see, this will make it farther back. And obviously can't go any other way. See now. Let's get it situated. I guess that won't be too bad. It's a little awkward, I'm not going to lie, because this thing sits back farther than the table. So now I'm thinking I got to move that back. We'll try it like that and see if I can live with it. My guess is I won't, but we'll see. All right. Okay. Thanks, Sir Sega. I appreciate it. Yeah, this thing's sitting kind of far back now. Whereas before it would have been up here and that would have put the shifter in a comfortable position. You know, I got to get this right. I really do. Unless I buy a new shifter down the line, who knows? All right. But for now, I think we'll move it again. Sorry, guys. But you're learning all of this stuff, right? I mean, if you wind up going, I mean, I've got these rubber things here too that could sit underneath. I might use those just to go underneath the screws. These might work. These things that came off of the pieces anyway. All right, what did I do? Oh, Cyan, it's definitely more complicated than building a cab. I'm like a quarter of the way through. I still got to do the monitor stand. So we're going to put this back where we had it. And if this joint wasn't here, we could just slide it down, but can't do that. We'll adjust it in a little bit. I just want to get it on here. So it takes some adjusting. And there's one of the feet gets in the way here of the installation. Unless I can somehow. Nope, can't do that. Oh, come on. Help me out here. Okay, I want to make sure I got this lined up okay. Ow! Okay, watch the existing bolts. Don't butt your knuckles up against it. This had better be the final position for this thing, because all right, let's give that a try, hey? Jason, that surge protector is what drove my miniature arcade wall when that was up here. So I just kept it up here because I knew I was going to have to plug in a bunch of stuff. This is better. Much better. Now, jerking on it is going to cause this thing to move, and I'm not sure I like that. That's just a build thing. That's not a installation thing. So, all right. Wheel shifter in place. Okay, guys, just a programming note. I'm going to complete the pedal install, get those to where I want them to be, and then I'm going to end this stream. Okay, I'm going to call it, take a break, and we'll do the monitor build when I come back this afternoon. Okay, so you folks watching on replay, you can just click the next stream. But yeah, I think I want. That's what I want to do. I want to do that. All right. I have some leftover parts. So let's do the pedals. Now, one thing I'm not sure of is whether or not I'm going to have to take that plate off. If you guys like, it's actually, let me see if I can find it real quick. Hang on. We aim to please. Look at my orders. Search all orders. Okay, here's the particular one that you're seeing on stream. Here's the link. Hang on, I gotta copy it. There you go. That's a link to the outlet strip that you're seeing there. And I have it right now on an iHome, plugged into an iHome, and that's what I use to control the on and off for my build-a-cades and stuff. I'm not going to need that in this situation. So, all right. Last thing for this stream, let's get the pedals in place. I'm going to need to wipe this down. All right, so we have 3 screws. We have 3 screws we're working with here. I need to route this cable to the side. All right, let's see where the screw holes are. Boy, this is going to be a pain. The screw holes are near the top. And boy, this cable just does not want to stay in there. I'm going to wrap the cable around one of the pedals, hopefully not breaking it, just so I can keep the cable routing where it needs to be. Can't believe it goes all the way that far back, but I guess it's up to you. Let's get it. Let's get it. Unless that's not the screw. No, I apparently use the bigger screws for this one. All right. Whew. Yeah, I am going to need a bit of a break after this because, my gosh. All right. Yeah, I'm wearing a loose shirt, so this microphone is all over the place. I'm sorry. Ow! Okay. Knee bang. Knee bang. Fuck. Okay. That hurt. Son of a bitch. Oh my God. I need this. Well, it's not one of my streams unless I cuss a little bit, right, guys? Ow! Okay, that was a back. That was my back screaming. All right, now all I got to do is tighten them. I don't think it'll be a problem because we kind of tested the angle before, but you never know. You know, I mean, I had to redo the shifter, so I got to make sure I get these tight, though. That's the one thing. I don't want this. The whole reason I bought this thing was so that the pedals did not move, the pedal assembly. So I do not want this thing to move. It's amazing. None of my cats have made an appearance except for the beginning. Shocked. For sure Poe would be in here. A little awkward doing this last screw. Very awkward. All right. Now, I kept the screws loose at the adjustment point so that I can test this. Take off this cable. All right. Yeah, it's loose because I don't have the bolts tight. I kind of want to move them up a little bit, to tell you the truth. Well, this is the time to try it, right? I mean, all right, so we need to loosen that. Is it hand tighten? Yeah. And that's the bolt. So we got to remember the bolt. They didn't put bolts on this one. All right, all we're doing is moving it up a little. Not a lot, a little. Where's the hole? There it is. All right. So we're on the bottom hole, for those of you familiar with the hole arrangement on this. So it's basically the highest you're going to get it. Now you could slide the assembly up or down. There's plenty of strips. If you wanted to move the pedals closer to you, you could do that. All right, now let's check that. I think that'll work. Oh yeah, baby. Much better. Much better. I like that. Yeah. That's going to work. Okay, so let's tighten it up and then call it a stream for now. So I need the wrench. My kingdom for a wrench. It's right here. No. There it is. All right. Okay. Now you got to tighten the single screw hole. Which isn't easy because it's kind of butted up against. Although, no, I can do that. Now, someone suggested I should move this all the way up so it butts up against the. And that's another adjustment I could make. We'll play with it, but knowing that I might need to do that helps a lot. So appreciate it. I think that was Sir Sega that suggested that, or Big B. Might have been Big B. All right, that's tight. Guys, the pedals are the reason I bought this thing, because I just needed. Hi, Hetfield. Guys, this is Hetfield. She comes into view here. Say hi to the community. She's very chatty, by the way. What's wrong? Yeah? Are you going to help Daddy? Yeah. You're helpful. Yeah. She's my chatterbox, but she's also my girl. She's a sweetheart. Yeah. Is that a new place for you to lay? Guys, I just about lost the camera there. I freaked out Hetfield. She ran out of the room because I kicked the camera. Shit happens. Sorry, baby. So this is going to be awkward. It is very awkward to work in this tight space. I just got these 2 bolts to go. I gotta admit, it's tough. Okay, that's good right there. All right, so we got 1 more bolt here. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult. Because this one is, there's no bolt on the other side. It's easier, but it's more awkward, I think. And again, the goal is you don't want the pedals to be moving. Either the pedals themselves or the assembly, the mount plate. I gotta admit, guys, I mean, this is fun. I haven't built anything in my arcade in quite a while. I mean, technically, this isn't the arcade, but it's part of my home gaming experience. I want to get back to playing PS5 racing games too. I haven't been doing that a lot. So the goal is I'm going to put the PS5 connected to the monitors on this thing rather than my PC monitor. And then I'll, again, if you guys know of a switcher that I could use, a KVM switch or something that'll switch me between sources like the PS5 and the PC, I'm all ears because I want one. I have a button that I can use to switch video, but it doesn't take care of audio or USB. And I'll Google one later. Here comes Hetfield again. All right. Let's sit in it one more time, give it a field test. Jason. That's funny. Yeah, it is, you know, it's sturdy. I don't want to pick it up by there, but it's got some weight to it. What do you think, Hetfield? Huh? Guys, she's named after James Hetfield, the lead singer of Metallica, in case you were wondering. All right, that's working out pretty good. Pedals feel good. Clutch, brake, clutch, brake. Gas is a little free. I don't know why that is. That's just a Thrustmaster thing. All right, I got it to where it needs to be for now. Got lots of spare parts here. To answer your question, I won't say no. I might get the Outrun. I'm interested in the Outrun, definitely. Okay, so this is I'm gonna call this part 1, guys. Turn the camera. This is part 1. If you come back later, we'll go through the monitor stand build, and as far as we can get, right? Yeah. My time. It's 12:21. I'm going to be out for about an hour or maybe even 2 hours. Hopefully, come back by 2-ish. I'm not quite sure what the part 2 time will be. I'm going to shoot for 2 p.m., but give me some leeway. And then we'll come back and we'll build the monitor stand, okay? So thank you guys for joining me on this stream. It took longer than I had hoped, but we got it together, and it's looking great. So stay tuned. Look for the link or look for the notification in the channel. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button and the subscribe. I do appreciate that. And we'll see you later, okay? I'm going to call it right there. So have a good afternoon, folks, and I'll see you later.